Meanwhile, the investigation force is organizing an examination of the scene, and the traffic police force immediately looks up the information about the burned car with the control plate 51D71570 / results on the system. Shows that this car belongs to a business with an address in Saigon. Sold through many owners. The task of the investigation force at this time is to find out who is the real owner of the car mentioned above and who is the victim of the fire. The owner of this car has a person. When a man in Lam Dong bought a car that was a business unit in Ho Chi Minh City, through it, we knew the initial information. This man was the secretary of the commune in which we lived. When we received that, we directly contacted again as Lam Ha's Commune Committee, seeing that this is a murder case. The director of the Dak Nong Provincial Police Department has directly directed the investigation, and decided to set up a special case committee, and at the same time assigned the criminal police to assume the prime responsibility for coordinating with the criminal technical department and the police of Dak Glong district, to concentrate the investigation forces to clarify the case. After receiving information from district-level police comrades, and I immediately convened a meeting to assess the crime scene. At first, most of the comrades were inclined towards this being a traffic accident. Deadly. However, after that, with the spirit of determination, in order to clarify whether this case is an accident or another case, I have strongly directed you to do a good job, my direct judgments and assessments of myself. The scene, and after initial assessment I have comrades how many projects determined this could be a fake phenomenon because an accident like that makes the possibility of a car fire unlikely. Your duty the current project is to investigate and clarify whether the burnt victim's body in the car is Mr. Du Van Minh or not, his identity and background. Before the time of the case, Mr. Minh had gone to the following places. First, who to meet. All are assigned to the noses of investigation to urgently clarify. Music. Mr. Du Van Minh's verification process. Although he lives in Lam Ha district, Lam Dong province, he owns a few hectares of fields in Dak Glong district of Dak Nong province, so these years he often goes there. Some family members also said that they have not been able to contact their grandfather since the morning of May 4, 2020. The watch that the investigative agency collected at the scene of the fire confirmed was Min's. When the family and the local government confirmed that the body on the burnt car was his grandfather, the police agency agreed to bring the ashes to organize the funeral and burial. However, the bone samples of the ashes were sent by the Special Project Committee to be assessed at the Military Science Institute of the Ministry of Public Security, continuing the process of collecting information about Mr. Min's sister. Du Thi Bin said she had received a message from what number? Strange with the content, "Are you Min's sister?" Immediately arrived in Dak Nong. Min had an accident at the pass. I went over to see. It was from this information that opened up a new direction for the investigating agency in the roadmap to clarify the case. If it's a normal person, why would you turn off the phone and this person? Why do you know Ms. Bin's phone number? Through the information provided by the public, the project committee has located the location where the number's phone is used. The strange phone is in Bin Phuc, but when organizing the verification, this phone number was used by a person in Thot Not district, Ken Tho province, so one of the things that need to be clarified now is needed. Must verify who the person who texted Mr. Min's family is. Why did he know last night that the burned car belonged to Mr. Min? These are the suspicions that were soon clarified from the application synchronized professional measures of the police sector. At the same time, another investigation and protection determined that before the time of the case, Mr. Min had visited Mr. Tran No Lich's house. Mr. Min's village next to the field in Dak Sun Commune, Dak Glong district, Dak Nong province music. However, it was also here that the investigators discovered that there were many blood stains in the shack and some disturbed items music. On the outside, there are tire tracks coming and going, and Mr. Tran No Vuong, born in 1995, is the grandson of Mr. Calendar, who is also the one who looks after and works for Mr. Calendar, who is missing. The family can't contacted since May 4, 2020, and suspected that Mr. Vuong is dead. This Mr. Tran No Phuong is the employee. Rent him a calendar. This guy in the process of life often goes on social networks. However, since the afternoon of the 3rd, this guy has not been online to communicate. Through family verification, this guy is not related, got lost and missing since the evening of the 3rd until the police agency investigated. Scene examination, then from the. Based on this, the agency determines that the blood stain in Mr. Tran Gia Lee's hut is the blood stain of Mr. Vuong, and Mr. Vuong is likely to have died. In addition, there is another important information that is recent. Du Van Minh bought a personal insurance package, Prudential Life Insurance Company, with a cost of over 200 million dong a year, but there is information that Minh is in debt but has no money to pay. This is unusual because if you buy insurance in life, people have to have a lot of money, and extract from hundreds of traffic cameras in offices. In the afternoon of May 2, 2020, at a roadside gas station, a man with a house business office had collected valuable images to serve the project's struggle. On the afternoon of May 2, 2020, at a roadside gas station. Similar characteristics to Du Van. I drove a pickup truck with control plate 51D71570, bring 4 cans to buy gasoline. We also know that at that time, this guy Minh had 1 day at that time. The petrol station in Hamlet 2, Phong Ki Commune, to be considered as buying gasoline and oil. After that, the camera experience was collected. There, this guy came and bought this gas station, a total of 3 gas tanks and oil alone. Please pay via account again. Bank deposit transfer. At the same time, when the assessment results of the Military Science Institute of the Ministry of Public Security also concluded that the victim who died in the truck was not Minh, this further confirmed the inferences of the force. Dak Nong Provincial Police. Matched with the pictures sent by investigators, along with documentary evidence collected from the crime scene, determining Du Van Minh is still alive / is the suspect number 1, killed Mr. Tran No Vuong and then burned his body to take advantage of life insurance. Immediately, the Special Project Board mobilized its forces to be divided into many noses, following its path, along its path. On National Highways 28 and 14, the investigators also only collected a picture of a man who always wears a hood. His clothes are constantly changing /////